Javier, thank you. Looking at this year, it has been wild, right? May seem like 2020 would have been the worst year ever to have scheduled a walk down the aisle. So many couples forced to move their wedding dates due to the pandemic, miss out on their honeymoons, cancel ceremonies altogether. But it also spiked an interest in elopement, calling for a specialist in this industry. There's always a way to pivot and always a way to maximize opportunity, and this is just one of those ways. Joining us now this morning is a couple who use this service to tie the knot in beautiful Sedona, Robin and James Patterson. So congratulations to the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. We so appreciate you talking to us this morning. And we're also joined this morning by Tracy Edwards, who is the owner of Adventure and Vow. Lots to talk about today. I've always got wedding fever. It doesn't matter that I have no weddings to look forward to coming up. So let me start with the happy couple, Robin and James. Tell us what your wedding was supposed to be and how it turned out in Sedona.
Yeah, so we always wanted something more intimate for our ceremony. So the original plan was to go to California. We were going to get married on a cliff in Malibu with actually just our immediate families to begin with. And then we were going to come back a couple days later and have a giant reception with about 250 people. So we like the idea of kind of splitting the two celebrations. It just felt more us. And so obviously when everything started happening, we had to pivot really fast, but we're beyond thrilled with how it kind of turned out to begin with. So
we're showing some of your gorgeous wedding photos, and they are stunning. And I don't think you can get a better backdrop than the Red Rocks of Sedona, even though we love Malibu. So really, you're going to get the best of both worlds, because eventually you'll be able to plan a party, or you'll choose to just save your money for some travel once the world opens up, right?
Oh, yeah. That's our hope. Our hope's still that come August, we hope to still do a honeymoon, but we'll see. Yeah.
So let me bring in Tracy this morning to talk about how you're able to kind of plan something quickly on the fly and what kind of interest you've been seeing in these elopements. I think it's a beautiful idea to have an intimate ceremony like this, and you've still got the pictures to share forever, and you can always follow up with a party.
Yeah, so in the elopement industry, we've seen elopements becoming bigger all over the world in the last few years. Since COVID, we've seen a lot of folks having to cancel their larger events and plan something more intimate. But I mean, it's still a beautiful ceremony. It's still a celebration. You're still getting married, and like I always say, you have an epic place to go back to for your anniversary. So planning these in short, so you can plan them in a short amount of time and still get married on your wedding date that you originally had, if it's the summer or fall. So yeah.
Tracy, let me ask you, I know as observing weddings and as a wedding planner, I'm sure you've heard people say many times that they barely remember anything from their wedding. It's all a blur, especially when you've got a big reception full of people and you're like, did I eat my food that I spent so much time picking? Did I get to say hi to everybody who showed up or traveled across the country? Do you think that maybe this will spark a lasting trend of people wanting to do something a little more intimate, a little more quiet and personal?
Yeah, I hear all the time couples say, wow, I wish we would have done that. I don't remember my wedding. It was so stressful. And the thing about elopements is it's really focused around your relationship, and it's definitely more intimate and purposeful and authentic, I think. And I don't think elopements are a trend. I think that there's something that's more natural for two people to experience.
I think it's really beautiful. Robin and James, what stands out to you? And James, I definitely want to hear from you. If you think about one moment that probably, 20, 30, 50 years from now, you're going to be able to reflect on, and it's just going to be, that visual, whether it's when you saw her, what she said, or how you felt. What stands out when you reflect on that day?
Definitely the first look. I got taken out into the middle of the woods, and I was just waiting there, and I kept hearing these noises behind me, and I didn't know if it was my future wife or some random kid just hiking. So, but once I saw her, she looked stunning. So I loved every moment of that.
Yeah, I think the best part about
to you both.
Thank you.
Oh, go ahead, Robin. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think the best part about what we did is that I remember every second of that day. And that's, I think, really rare, obviously, for weddings. You know, I remember every word of his vows. I remember and then we hopped in the car and drove back down immediately after. And so we had that hour and a half, 2 hours together. That was really special. And then we went and backed and celebrated with our immediate, you know, families and just had a little celebration. But we hope to continue celebrating for months to come. And we have these awesome photos, and we're so thankful for Tracy, because she was able to put this together in less than a week. So we were really impressed with everything she did for us.
Robin and James, I won't let you leave without waving the left hand on camera, making it official for Good Morning Arizona families at home. And thank you so much. And we want to let everybody know, if you want to get a hold of Tracy, the company is Adventure and Vow. And we heard it here. You can plan in less than a week. So maybe I'm going to connect you with our Good Morning Arizona anchor, Scott Passmore. What do you say?